Okay. What's up, everyone? Efficio Ignis Vitae here, Elijah Matthew Moses. I am the founder and CEO of Animus Regnum. And I'm here today to talk about the vision and what we're building and what we've got going on with Animus Regnum, what makes us different from every other blockchain game out there, and why we're different, what value we have, and all of the work I've personally put into this project so far. So, I understand there's a lot of blockchain gaming projects out there that have done nothing but let their communities down and betray their communities. I want to prove myself to show you guys that I am not that person. I am not that founder. I am not that kind of CEO. I'm a gamer just like all of you. And let me give you a little bit of background about myself first. So, you got my name, Elijah Matthew Moses, right? I was born and raised playing video games. My mom, Sherry Bell, she is a hardcore gamer, right? And she's been playing games her whole life too. So I was raised playing games my whole life, and like she plays Destiny, World of Warcraft, and all that. So for me, it's like it's my passion to play games and build in this realm. And I came up with the concept of Animus Regnum 2 years ago when I was making an asset on OpenSea for a collection of assets called Eyes. And I got the idea, no pun intended, I got the idea of making a blockchain-based MMORPG because of that. Because when I was making the asset on OpenSea, it gave me a Dungeons and Dragons feeling. And, I love Dungeons and Dragons, I love Baldur's Gate, I love all those games. I'm very passionate about MMORPGs and RPG style gameplay because for me that's truly being immersed in a completely different world. One of my favorite genres in anime is isekai because I love the concept of being transported to another world completely, and that's something that I found very interesting. So one thing I'd like to point out to you guys is that for me, I've invested everything into this on every dimensional level. Every part of my being is being put into this. All of my skills are being put into this. And there isn't anything I wouldn't do to make this project a reality. And before I go any further in this conversation, I want to just give a huge shout out to everyone in my community who's actively still fighting with me today to make this project a reality. I genuinely appreciate your faith in what I'm doing, because if it wasn't for you guys, I honestly don't think I would have made it this far. Plain and simple. I just really wouldn't have made it this far, honestly. And I'm just grateful for each and every last one of you who keeps helping me push this agenda forward so that way we can make this game. Now, before we move any further, I want to make things very clear that, money is something that's necessary for any company to make, but for us, the focus isn't money. I didn't come up with the idea of this game, as you heard before. The inception of this game was just imagining a full-scale blockchain game, of MMORPG on the blockchain. You know what I mean? That's infinitely upgradable as well. I want to be able to upgrade this game like they do Warframe, where Warframe is just infinitely built on. They don't make a Warframe 2, they just keep making Warframe better. That's kind of my inspiration from this. So let's take a step back again. There's a lot that goes into this. I'll be showing you guys some of the lore. I'll be showing you some of the game development that I've worked on and the assets that I've paid for in Unreal Engine to put into our game and the components we have available to us, and what's a little bit about our team and people I have access to as developers and things like that. I'll be very clear about it. The only thing holding this project back at this point is capital. That's it. I'm just lacking the funds and resources to hire these people full time, and once I have the resources to do so, I will be doing that. And you'd be surprised by how affordable that is, and I can break that down for you in a bit. Still, at the end of this video, I will be going into detail about a lot of the things that I see in this space and what I don't like about this space, and projects that I feel are only bringing a bad name to blockchain gaming and disrespecting the vision of what this can actually be, and harming the vision as a whole, because they are selling you a dream that's not even reality. They're not giving you, I'll go into it later. We'll save that for the end, so that way if you guys don't want to see me go on a rant about the space, you don't have to watch that. Let's make the focus about the game for now. So let's start sharing a few things, right? Let's go into the lore real quick. So The lore is in what's known as the Cosmic Guide to Animus Regnum. It's a Git book I've created to let people learn about the game, and yes, it's a pun on The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's something that I've been spending a lot of time refining, and I'm still refining, and I have a lot more to add to this in a bit, but we'll get there, right? So let's go a little bit through this. Welcome to Animus Regnum, a cosmos where consciousness can truly evolve to its greatest heights. As described by the Eldori, the Elder Magi, Animus Regnum is not just a universe, but an expansive cosmos with infinite possibilities. Entering Animus requires an aperta sphera, which allows you to create a thread between the AR cosmos and our own. When you enter Animus, you leave everything in your world behind and embark on a journey of exploration and discovery in a cosmos filled with wonder and opportunity. In Animus Regnum, you will have a new body, new skills, new knowledge, and abilities. This cosmos is teeming with diverse worlds and beings, each with their own unique culture, skills, and abilities. The Eldori, the creators and keepers of the Akashic records, ensure everything runs smoothly in this cosmos. So just so you guys know, I am the Eldori. I'm the first of the Eldori. The main developers behind the game are known as the Eldori and will play a fundamental part in the game's storyline. So beyond just being game developers, we're also tied to the game's lore. Again, the whole point of this game is to create a feeling of true immersion. You are leaving this reality behind and you're going over to the world of Animus Regnum. And when you go to Animus Regnum, you will have no body. You will be completely without a body. You're just in your pure consciousness. That is what you go to Animus with. And you will need to create your first body through something known as the Genesum, which is a free mint that will always be free for your first character. So that way, you guys, it's a free to play game, right? It's not going to be a game that you have to pay for initially to get involved. Yes, you can pay for assets and get involved, but you don't have to. And please, put something our way, helps us out. Either way, let's work on this and go further. The cosmos began with the first city, Stellos Illuminara, which gave birth to the nation of Illuminara. Excuse me. This nation resides on the planet Seraphel, located in the star system Hoshidori, within the galaxy of Elysium. Each of these locations is a testament to the beauty and advanced technologies that define the cosmos. In Animus Regnum, you are not just a visitor, but an active participant in its evolution. You can contribute to the visions of others, help build new worlds, and shape the future of the cosmos. Unavis, the source of energy used here, is not just a medium of exchange. It's a symbol of the value created and shared within the cosmos. It's an energy that can be stored and shared in abundance, making it the most powerful universal currency in the game. But Unavis is more than just a currency. It's a powerful force that can be used for science and as an energy source for various applications. So understand this, that Unavis is something that will be more than just like a trading currency in our game. Like, it's not just something that's a cryptocurrency in our game. It's going to be an energy source to upgrade weapons, refine assets, just science, technological upgrades and discoveries and things in that realm. It will have multiple use cases, so we can create as much utility as possible for this token in our game. So let's just finish this real quick. Animus Regnum is a place of infinite possibilities. Each place is unique and has its own landscape, climate, and inhabitants. The cosmos is yours to explore and shape. Univoxa is the first and primary language of Animus Regnum, and I'll show you how that works later. Welcome to Animus Regnum, the cosmos of infinite possibilities. So yeah, we're making our own language called Univoxa. I'll show you guys a little bit about that too, and that's something that we've created to teach AI in our game in order to create unique languages, and we've used AI to create these languages, which is beautiful. You'd be surprised by how good AI is at creating languages. Still, let's move forward and talk more about the overall vision again. So for me, my focus with Animus Regnum is to make this the most powerful MMORPG that's ever existed. I've been dreaming of playing a game like this my whole life, in a game where all assets in game hold natural value. Because we're building a custom blockchain which is Unavis, that custom blockchain is going to be unique to Animus Regnum and specifically for our game. It's not going to be used for any other game. We're not letting other games build on our blockchain. We're not going to be letting anything else work on our blockchain, no projects or anything like that. And there's multiple reasons why. And I'll break down the most important one: transactional value, slowing down the game. If you try to build a game on another blockchain, such as Polygon or anything like that, eventually too many games are going to flood that blockchain and make it very slow unless they solve the transaction rate problem they have. If you can't have thousands of transactions per second, you're basically going to have a game that's constantly lagging because of all the in-game transactions that will be happening. And there's other things that have to be implemented technologically to make sense and create a seamless flow of in-game asset trading and, you know, acquiring assets in the game and all these different things without transactions having to be tied to every last thing you do, where you have to confirm everything. There's a system for that we've created, but I can't talk about it now because it's a unique IP that we need to still lock down completely, and it's already being copywritten and everything like that, so that way, you know, people don't steal our technology. Still, let's go back to focusing on what makes this project so valuable. Why do we feel like this is capable of changing the world, right? Why do I think this is something that will change gaming forever? Well, if you've ever played RuneScape, right, you'll understand that the RuneScape marketplace is something that has a very vast network of economy. Like the RuneScape economy is booming. And even after 20 years of being played, RuneScape still has 400,000 players a day on average, and they make serious transactions in that game when it comes down to RuneScape Gold, right? And it's a digital currency, right? Now let's go over here and look at this and look at our business model a little bit. So our business model, let me see if I can find that. All right, so our business model is revenue generated from both in-game and private transactions using Unavis and other currencies in our game. So if any currency is used in our game, it could be Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever the fuck it is, every last transaction used in our game, made in our game, both public and private, will come with a transaction fee of either 3 to 10%. And it depends on what you're trading, where you're trading assets. Like, you know, some places in the game may have higher transaction fees than others, kind of like tax systems and whatnot. Like if you're selling weapons in a star system where they're not even supposed to be allowed or some shit like that, you might have like a higher transaction fee, things in that realm, right? You get it. So that's our primary business model. We also have, you know, Genesum mints of NFTs and everything tied to the game and tradable before even launch, similar to what what's it called, Star Citizen did, but the difference with Star Citizen is that you weren't able to trade the assets you bought from them before the game actually came out. So that kind of like harms players, you know, economic value. And I know players aren't playing video games for money. Like I said, I'm not making this game specifically for the money. It just so happens the money is there. I want to play this game as well, so I want it to be truly immersive and something that lives up to my standards of gaming, if not exceed that. Now, because like one thing I want to make very clear, some game developers all over the world seem to have this fucking problem, in major companies too. A shitty game is going to make shitty money. A good game is going to make good money. An amazing game is just going to make amazing money. It's not rocket science. You focus on the quality of the game first and you will end up with something that actually rewards you and your community. Now, that's another thing. We're very focused on listening to the community and making sure you guys feel like you're a direct part of building this project with us, right? So let's move forward. Now, looking at our business model and how that could look in our game, we need to look at other games like RuneScape, which have similar economies to what we're building, where there's a clear supply and demand for assets and things like that beyond just weapons and armor and all these different things. You need to create a commodity system where things have to be used. You have to create clear commodic use for assets in the game and make it so that way players have to train themselves to even earn some of these assets like gold and silver and like all that, right? RuneScape's a great example. So let me show you what that's like real quick, right? So let's first look at the most traded items. And the most traded items, have some pretty decent value. This was just at 1.8 billion. Now it's at 1.9 billion total in the last 7 days. So I've done this math before. It took me a little while to get done. And in 7 days in 2023, May 25th to June 1st, May 25th to June 1st, there was about 2.2 trillion gold traded in those 7 days, right? So right now, being that the market volume is a little bit lower, it's probably a little under that, like around like 1.5 trillion right now. But even then, like to average around 1 to 2 trillion gold in RuneScape transactions a week is pretty intense to think about, right? And now, what does that mean for us as a company? Remember, our main business model is taking transaction fees off of every last in-game transaction. So even at the lowest number of 3%, that's going to give us something pretty significant just off the top 100 traded items in RuneScape. And just to make things a little bit more clear, there's single items in RuneScape that trade for volumes that are close to $1 trillion, a trillion gold alone, right? So let's look at this. On July 19th, they traded this blue party hat 9 times, which is $94 billion, at 94 billion gold at the time. And yeah, it's been consistent at that price. Now, 94, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 zeros times 9 is 846 billion just off of a single item in one day. So RuneScape's market volume, if we were to try to actually measure it completely, it would probably be in the high trillions, not the low like high trillions. It has more marketplace volume than the Forex exchange. You know what I mean? It's kind of fucking ridiculous. So let's paint this picture of what that means for our company, right? Let's go back to the pitch deck. Now, their top 100 traded items with around 2 trillion gold on average with 400,000 daily players, right? That's not a lot of players in a video game. You might think it is, but Final Fantasy has millions of players a day. Given that there are 54,000 items in RuneScape as well, the total marketplace volume is significantly higher than I'm capable of getting an actual number on. I just know with the small piece of what we've looked at, we can get a better understanding of our company valuation and its potential, right? And that's just off of a piece of what RuneScape's volume looks like. Keep that in mind. Now, if we were to capture 10% of that trade volume from the top 100 traded items, we're looking at $57 billion in annual revenue with an average of 5% transaction fee, like which if it averages around, makes sense, 3 to 5%, 3 to 10%, it might average around 5%. And if our token was only worth a penny, yeah, that's 57 billion just off of a token worth a penny, right? Now, this is like, I'm doing my best to look at everything conservatively because I want you guys to understand how serious this potential is. These are conservative projections. This isn't even actually considering the full volume of RuneScape's market, right? And we're talking 114 billion at startup valuation for this company based off of this math, if you know how valuations work. Now, I don't want to go into how company valuations are done. You can do your own homework with that. Use ChatGPT to figure that out for yourself, right? I will break that down maybe another time if you guys want me to. But our company valuation is much higher than people realize, and I'm conservative. Like, again, these are conservative projections for a reason, so that way you guys understand the potential. It's significant. You'll have people playing a video game and full-time capable of creating wages that exceed a 9 to 5 because of things like this, right? This is what happens. Like, imagine if RuneScape itself was put on the blockchain and RuneScape Gold was a cryptocurrency. What that would do to the economy of that token. If you know anything about trading, if you know anything about marketplace dynamics and cryptocurrency, you understand that level of utility would send that fucking token to the moon. Now, probably to a whole nother dimension, shit. Now, with that being said, this is the reason why, I genuinely know this can change gaming forever. It's not just like maybe this might work. No, this is what it can do for the people, and this will work as long as it's done right. And the only thing would get in the way of it is you not focusing on making a good game. If you make a shitty game and you don't understand gameplay's dynamics, marketplace dynamics and things like that, it doesn't matter what your vision is. And that's the biggest problem with gaming companies today, is that they all just rush to the dollars rather than to making a good game. And if you make a good game, you're going to make the dollars. It's just that simple, right? So getting back to that, you know, I want you guys to really just just think about that and what that means for gaming. Seriously, we will do this. We will make this happen. I have artists on my team that once we raise the right capital necessary, I will be hiring them full time. I'm also currently in Tokyo. I'm moving out here from the United States, so that way I can find a development team out here, because isekai is the genre of our game, and it makes most sense to go to a country where they understand, they literally created that genre, and they better understand the technology I'm working with anyway out here, the developers. So I'll be finding them out here once we have the means to, and we will be creating the Avengers. Now, a lot of people feel like there needs to be a huge team for something like this, right? But you're probably you've never been more wrong. There are people who have made AAA video games by themselves. Bright Memory is a perfect example. This game was made by one Chinese developer, right? And you can see here that this game, look at that. This is made by one person. One person, look it up if you think I'm playing. This shit is crazy, right? Look at that gameplay. It's got fucking FPS dynamics and, you know, all this shit going on in it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just insane what one person can really do if you find the best. So with Animus Regnum, what we're focused on is not, you know, finding a bunch of developers. No, we want to find the best like this, who are capable of building games in this dynamic and actually creating something that means something to us. We want to make it the best. Again, I want this to be the best MMORPG I've ever played in my life, ever. And I have some very high standards for gameplay. So still, how do we plan on building this game, right? I will be using Unreal Engine. Right, as you can see here, I have a level that I've been working on personally. I'm a developer, but I'm not like the greatest developer in the world. I'm more of an artist. The music you hear in the background is all the music that I've personally made, and you know, I'm very passionate about the storyline and vision of the game. I really want to get more into the story, the lore, the overall background behind Animus Regnum and what it's all about. You know, that's my passion. I do love doing this too, but I feel like there are people who are better than me, and that's why I'm out here in Japan looking for them. We do also have Odell Palmer and Tony Leonard on our team. Again, once we raise the capital necessary to pay them full time, that's when they're going to start working on assets for our company, and you'll see their work in a little bit. I'll showcase their skills to show you how much we've gotten done with them. Tony Leonard, Tony has worked for Tony has worked for Dark Horse Comics, and Heavy Metal Magazine, as well as many other like big names. He's a freelance artist and an amazing developer. You'll see his work. He's a beast, and his first NFT that he created is an actual collaboration with him and I, and we met in the NFT space back in 2001 when everything just started getting hype. So we got involved, and you know, when we met each other, we both started pushing to create our own games, and we worked together in collaboration with each other to make this a reality. I met Odell Palmer through Tony, and Odell Palmer has worked for Digital Domain and plenty major development studio companies as a senior character artist. He's worked on films such as The Flash. What else? You have The Flash, you have Black Panther, damn near every DC and Marvel movie you can think of, he's been a part of. Alright, so we have access to some of the best developers in the world. It's just a matter, again, of getting our capital together to lock them in full time, and I promise you we will be doing that. And I'll talk more about an investment opportunity for the community after I keep breaking this all down for you guys. So I want to show you what really goes into like making a video game and how much that actually has to be done, especially something like this. This is going to be pretty intensive work, but gratefully we have AI, so it'll make it a lot easier and give me a couple of super beast developers, then it's over. I don't even need like an entire studio of developers. It's not necessary. What you need are the best you can find, and you focus on the game with them. And they're called generalist, right? So Ascent Combat Framework is something I paid for. Easy Survival RPG, another thing I paid for. Fluid Flux, another thing I paid for. I paid for a lot of these different things in here. Some of them I didn't. Some came free. Magic Map Material Maker I paid for. That you see that in the world right now. Ultra Dynamic Sky, you see that in the world right now. I have to add a few more things. Parkour animations, parkour motion warping system, motion, true for person character. These are all things that I'm going to be adding in components and building on top of in our game. But what's going to make it easier for me is having someone who works in Unreal Engine that knows blueprints and components better than I do. I'm decent with it, but I'm not the best in the world. And like I said, I want to get some of the people who are like the best at this, so that way we don't have to take so much time getting the production done. Still, with that being said, let's look at the game that I have built out so far a little bit, and let me show you the components that are available just from ACF Combat Framework, right? Just ACF alone has most of the components we'll need to make a game. Let's not save this. Don't save. Let me make sure I'm still sharing my screen. Yes, I am. Okay, cool. All right, well, let's play this. All right, so as you can see here, we got a character. You know what I mean? I have an inventory system. I just have to change the UI for it and all that stuff. These are just components to building a game. You know what I mean? It's not obviously the game itself. It's just these are the tools you use to build a video game. And a lot of projects, unfortunately, out there are they're building games on top of things like Lyra, which is a free asset. We'll talk more about that at the end of this video and why I think that's a problem, because it misrepresents the technology of the space. Booyah. Alright, so we got some vaulting going on already. Oh shit. I missed that. Let's see if I can make that jump real quick. Alright, doop. Dapakakap. Hiya. And then boop. I'm an ass at this apparently. Alright, either way, that's not too important right now. We'll come back to another time. Alright, you see these fuckers right here? Let's kill them. Alright. What's up, dude? Damn. Back up, dude. Oh shit. Hold up. Settle down, mate. Settle down with that shit. Execution, right? So this is just with Ascent Combat Framework, and this is not adding our own custom animations yet. We haven't done anything like that, and I know how to do that stuff, so I will be doing it. Hiya. There we go. Right, so he got murked up. You know, we also got like a little monster over here. Oh, so yeah, another thing I want to show you guys is the crafting system already exists. We just have to build our own thing on top of that. Again, like a lot of these components are already available for video games. It's just a lot of people don't realize that, you know, tons of projects build like this, and unfortunately a lot of them tend to lie about what they're doing, which is not something we're going to do. We're going to be hyper transparent with our community and what we're building. So what's up, bitch? Let's go. Hiya. You mad, right? Nah, that's not happening. That's not happening. Chill. That's not happening. Chill. Not happening, bro. Not happening, bro. Let me get out of the way. Let me charge up a little bit. How about that? Alright, so you guys get it, right? And then there's also, like, you know, some aspects in here like guns and stuff that I can add in. I can build my own weapon system a little bit better with this. So it's just something you build on top of. It's not something you use to, like, just make a video game. You know what I mean? You just use these components to make games easier to develop. Oh, damn. You fucking piece of shit. Oh, shit. Alright, yeah. Oh, you taunting me, bro? Oh, damn. Chill out, dude. Oh, damn. Chill, man. Oh, that dude taunting me, too. Oh, you motherfucker. Alright. Fuck that shit. Yeah, get those hands, bro. Get those fucking hands, bro. Oh, shit. Hold these nuts. Alright, so you guys get it, right? That's just like the components we have from this alone. Now let me show you the main world, right, that I've been building out, and where we plan to build a Stellos Illuminara, which is the primary city of Animus Regnum. Boop, boop, boop. This is where we're going to build it. Let me take a sip of my drink. So, as you can see, we have a beautiful sky here. And let me change it all the way to night just so you can see the night sky. this is real time. This is what the game will currently look like, just as of right now. You know what I mean? I haven't even fully gotten started yet. So trust me, it's going to look a lot better than this by the time I'm done, and especially when I have a few more people working on the game with me full time. So let's go into the daytime just a little bit. There we go. And you can see that too. Solar flare, you know, lens flare. Not solar flare, lens flare. All that good shit, right? I have to fix the spawning system that I created in here, because you'll notice some people are going to fall out of the sky. Excuse me. It's funny as shit, honestly. I think it's hilarious. Let me see if they fall out the sky. But yeah, either way, you know, I got components in here that, oh, you stupid motherfucker. Damn it. Oh, this motherfucker is making me so mad. I hate the archer. Oh my fucking god, I can't stand this guy. Oh, I can't stand you so much. There you go, die please. And we'll definitely be making those combat aspects very different. I don't plan to have the combat system work like this, just so you guys know. I'm not really going to be using this combat system. I just find it interesting to learn from. Our combat system is going to be more similar to Mordhau, whereas you have more direct agency over your attacks and things like that. And I also plan on putting an input system where you're capable of activating your skills, with command inputs you've created yourself to attach to each skill. I've got this idea from Dungeon Fighter Online, where in Dungeon Fighter I'm capable of making my own command inputs for my skills and shit, and that was super dope. So I was like, you know, what happens, imagine you playing a game where you can like double tap forward, you know what I mean, and then use a different skill, and you like, you know, you see that guy fall and die. So yeah, like that's why I was telling you it was a glitch I fucked up on. So yeah, if you like put in a Hadouken command or things like that, and it activates different skills, like you can put forward for X or back forward Y, stuff like that, you get what I'm saying? So as you can see, there's a very clear vision here. I'm not fucking around, and this is going to be the point where I make the main city, right? So I'm going to flatten out this land. I'm going to have Tony help me out building out the city, because Tony has built some sexy ass cities, and I'll showcase some of the work that I've done with Tony and I just a long time ago, you know what I mean? So that way you guys can see the kind of potential we have when it comes down to the vision, and showcase some of his work as well, because he deserves more attention as an artist. Now, let us go back over to the vision and everything like that. So I broke down a lot of different things already, guys, and I'm not sure how much more of a picture I need to paint for you. We have the game design document I'm working on. I have to change these names because they're not consistent with the new names that we have for the game. I've been working on gameplay mechanics, movement mechanics, basic movement, advanced movement, contextual movement, combat movement, all these different things that have been planned out, so that way when I'm working with my development team, they know exactly how we plan to get this going. So with that being said, you also have a shit ton of lore to already look into, and I'm only going to keep adding more to the lore because that's one of my favorite things to do, right? So yeah, as you guys can see, I am hyper passionate about this. I'm not the person who's just going to randomly decide to fuck around and play with everyone's time, energy, and money, because I don't like my time, energy, and money being fucking wasted. So it's a huge problem, and it's not something that people deserve to have to deal with. Now, I want to talk to you guys about the current investment opportunity we have with Animus Regnum, and what we're building to get the funding we need to have developers full time and things in that realm, right? And that's known as the Efficio insignia. So this is more than just an NFT, and again, this is not just an NFT game. This is a blockchain. This is a blockchain game. This isn't just an NFT project. It's not even an NFT project. It's a blockchain gaming project, and it's being built on its own custom blockchain, like I said before. Now, with that being said, the Efficio insignia is a current investment opportunity that allows players to get in on the ground level before the game is even remotely available for the public, right? So if you believe in this from the beginning and you're fighting to make this happen with us from the beginning, I want those people to be rewarded. I want those people to have a title that is befitting of their loyalty, and that's what the Efficio is. You get an Elysian citizenship, because citizenship in the game is going to be necessary from traveling to certain places that you may not be allowed to go to unless you either have a passport or citizenship there, right? You also will be able to create a unique character that, again, there are free characters you can earn and things like that in our community. Let's go over to my Discord so you can see that. we do have a free mint going on that is for the characters that you can make in our game, and the first 10,000 people are going to be capable of accessing these species. Now you have to earn them, because you know, anything truly easy to obtain isn't really valued, unfortunately. But I want people to obtain something at least for free in the game. In the game, I want it to be free to play. So the best way to do that would be to your character, which is also an NFT and things in that realm naturally, right? So you'll have the Lumerians, the Zythos, the Chimerians, the Svartveli, Hajians, Marians, Arcturians, Titans, and Ancients, and they all have their own unique names. Their rarity is based, the rarity in our game is based off of 5 different tiers. You have common, rare, exotic, legendary, and godly. Now, with that being said, why would certain species be more powerful than others, you'd say? Isn't that going to throw off gameplay dynamic and stuff like that? No, it's going to make the party system more important in making sure that your team building is better planned out. Because if you don't have the right team, you may not be able to deal with certain enemies and things like that. And some species will be better at other things than some things than others, you know what I mean? So these dynamics will create a more tactical approach to the gameplay, and that's something for me. Again, my focus is making this the most immersive game that's ever fucking existed. So now, if you want to earn these things, all you have to do is go through each of the gates. Now, each gate will allow you one of these levels. If you go through Gradier 1 and you beat Gradier 1, you have access to the Lumerians. If you beat 2, you have access to the Zythos, so on and so forth. To do that, you have to go into these channels and then read the fucking thing here, solve the riddle. This is the riddle right here. You solve that riddle and you enter the answer into the Discord, right? The command to enter that is star gatekeeper and then your answer. So it'll look like this. If the answer was eternal flame, you do star gatekeeper eternal flame, right? Now that's how that works. I built a custom bot for this. That's Solaris Velcaron. And yeah, I'm a dev. I can build bots and everything too. I understand coding and things in that realm. I'm not the best fucking guru coder in the world, but I know things enough to make shit happen, right? So with that being said, let's go back. You have the Luminara character creation as well when you get this. So the Luminara is a god tier character, and it's the only god tier character that has as many available as we do. I might bring it down to legendary. I think 7,000 gods is a little too intense. We'll think about that. We'll see what, we'll see what I think. Maybe the community vote on it, because I'm sure you guys are going to vote for it to be gods, because, either way. We're also offering an equity share, right? So 15% from our real estate revenue, gold revenue, and silver revenue streams. And that's 15% in each of them. That 15% is divided amongst the 7,777 NFTs. And when we, that offers players a unique opportunity to receive income from the game. And that's the thing I wanted to reward. Like I said, I want to reward people for those who chose to believe in us and invest in us early, because of the fact that, this is something that, I want to give to the players. I want to offer it to the players. And that's the reason why the mint price is only 0.015 ETH. That's basically $27 right now in USD, less than 30 bucks. You know what I mean? It's more than an Uber Eats order, my guy. So that's less than an Uber Eats order, my bad. So, that opportunity is pretty significant. And the reason why I did that, because, I wanted to, provide something to the players. I am a player myself, so I want players to be building this with us. I want the players to feel like they're actively a part of this vision that chose to build it with us. And the Estethion will have access to the closed beta first. You guys will be building a Stellos Luminara directly with the Elder Magi, giving us your opinion and insight and what you'd like to see, what you don't like, and things in that realm, what you think could be better. All that information is going to be taken very seriously, because I truly believe that players have an understanding of what's good for video games, and too many companies seem to think they know what's best when players know more than they really think. And don't get me wrong, everybody's not going to have a great idea, but you'd be surprised by how many fucking great ideas players have. So you also get a real estate ownership in Stellos Luminara, the ownership of a luxury condo in the largest condominium in Stellos. And I will give you a hint, the building is going to look a little bit like something like that thing you see in the middle right there. Yeah, that's going to be fucking dope. Anyway, Who doesn't want a luxury condo in the center of the most valuable city in Astellos, Luminara, Animus Regnum, guys? Come on, come on. And you also come with the title of Estethian. The Estethian insignia title, that's going to be a thing that will allow you unique access in the game to many VIP locations and realms and things like that. You'll be basically treated like a VIP no matter where you go in Animus. When people see that you're an Estethian, the level of reverence they'll have for you is significant. And that's something that it will be very valuable as the game expands and evolves. And how we plan to do this is we're going to build Astellos Luminara first, the main city. From the city, we're going to build out the rest of the planet. From the rest of the planet, we're going to build out the star system. From the star system, the galaxy. From the galaxy, the cosmos. You're starting to get it now, right? So that's kind of how our flow is going to go with that. And that's why this opportunity is you know, something I really feel can change all of our lives. Like, as we build this game, it's not only going to change my life and the life of the developers we hire, but the lives of the players. And we can truly revolutionize gaming together. There aren't any projects that have really cared to put out this much passion or love in blockchain gaming scene, unfortunately, yet. I've seen very little projects actually put this much work into what they're doing because they're all rushing to make money. And again, yes, we need money, but it shouldn't be the primary focus because, again, shitty game, shitty money. Good game, good money. It's not fucking rocket science, people. So with that being said, let's take a step back. I'm going to start wrapping up this video a little bit, but I want to go into a few things about this space that have really started to bother me and call a few things out that I know are clearly a problem in this space. So a lot of blockchain gaming projects are using free assets like Lyra to build a game for their community and calling that a blockchain, a AAA blockchain game when it's not. A AAA game isn't a copy and paste project. A AAA game is something that's uniquely its own thing. Like, it's fine if you take assets and, you know, build on top of them and create something unique based off of those assets. It's another thing when you just copy and you paste and just use the entire system and the only thing you do is put your own image on it. You know what I mean? Like, you put a new face on it. It's not respectful to the gaming community and developers who actually work as hard as we do to make something truly unique. And that shit's pissing me off, honestly. And like, one of the projects that have done that is Huxley. They were supposed to be in our space yesterday, and I'm glad they didn't get to show up because they're fucking fake. And they're starting to make it very clear that they don't really care about making a AAA game because they used Lyra to make their game, and I'll prove that right now. This is Lyra, okay? I'm sure you've seen the video, if you've been paying attention to Huxley, of what their game looks like. It's basically this. The only thing they've done is build a custom map for it. And the funny thing is, Tony Leonard can do this by himself. So can I. Like, it's not hard. And they make it seem like they're fucking spending all this money on game development when they're not. It's not as expensive to do something like this. I can pay a developer less than $20,000 to make me a game on top of this. And just, you know, just put a new face on it and give me new levels for people to play through. And I'd have a game in less than a month. It's trash. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not respectable. And they want to act like they're doing something special for the gaming community. And I'm just like, I know, you know, you guys, like, you shouldn't be trying to make enemies. No, at the end of the day, I'm the type of person where if I see the Mongolians on the other side of the bridge and I realize they're trying to bring me some bullshit, I'm going to destroy that bridge. I'm going to absolutely annihilate it and make sure everything on the other side is also never capable of reaching me. And as they try to reach me, I will destroy them. So one thing I will say right now to you blockchain gaming projects out there that have decided to make me competition and make Animus Regnum competition, pray for yourselves, because I'm going to absolutely fucking erase you. I'm going to destroy you. I will dematerialize you on every dimensional level. And those who chose not to collaborate with us are literally just harming themselves at this point, because we are only going to bring you more value. So to try to compete with me and make me an enemy is only going to fuck yourself. I promise you that. I will call you out for all of your bullshit. I will fucking make sure the community knows the kind of frauds you really are, because it's not fair to all of us who've been actually working our asses off to make video games for you to just go ahead and act like you're doing something special when you're not. It's fucking disrespectful. I don't care. To all of you fucking blockchain gaming projects that just keep fucking the community over, like Gala Games, you fucking ban your community for having an opinion. Like, seriously, how do you ban someone who spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on your project and because they had an opinion about what you were building and you thought you knew better than them? Like, this is fucking absolutely disturbing. Fuck you people. If you're watching this, please send this to Gala Games, send this to those developers, show them this so that way they understand that this is the kind of shit that needs to happen in this space. Show them this so that way they know that real games need to be made. Because I'm not fucking around. I will find each and every last one of you fake pieces of shit and remind you of your place. And when we ascend and we get the hype we deserve, I am going to end you motherfuckers. I promise you, this is not a game. You wanted to make me a competitor. You fucked yourself. I promise you that. I'm not the one to fuck with. I will fight until you are absolutely destroyed. I will end you. This is not a joke. I am warning you now. Come correct to the community and apologize and actually serve the community, or I will fucking end your entire business. I promise you. Now, with that being said, I don't think I have much else I have to highlight. I've gone through almost everything about our game and what we can offer to the community, what we can offer to the world, what value we have, how we plan on doing it, who we have on our team, who we can access, and all these different things. I'm out here in Tokyo, you know what I mean? There's a lot of potential in this, and I know this will change gaming forever. This will change gaming forever. Shit will never be the same again. We will set a new standard in the blockchain gaming space. I want the blockchain gaming space to be something that truly can be successful because I know the potential of it. I know what it's capable of. And for some reason, you people do not understand that. You know, like, because you keep getting rugged, and I get it. I wouldn't want to invest into some shit anymore either if I kept seeing projects never deliver anything. And that's the reason why I haven't really put anything out to showcase what we've been building, because I personally don't think it's that good yet. That's just my opinion. You know, like, I don't think it's that good yet. I want to present something to you guys that I'm truly proud of. And that's something that's very serious to me. You know, I love this shit with every fiber of my being. I will fight to make this game a reality. And anyone who seeks to get in our way will be fucking removed. I will literally bulldoze through your shit as quickly as possible to ensure you are not an obstacle anymore. So, again, I want to give a huge shout out to my community. I genuinely appreciate each and every last one of you because you are the ones who are fighting for this, and so am I. You know, I'm not, we're all fighting this fight together. If you are watching this and you haven't invested into this project yet and gotten involved, please get involved. Help us build this fucking game because we need the investment. I'm not gonna lie. That's the only thing holding us back at this point. You know, I have a very strong group of people who believe in us. You know, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have been this far. But unfortunately, none of them are whales. so we've been lacking on the resources necessary to build this. But I do believe it's just a matter of time before we find that right person who believes in our vision and wants to build this out with us. And, you know, I don't want to disappoint the community. I want to help uplift the blockchain gaming space and create something that you people can truly be proud of. And again, my goal is to make the greatest MMORPG that has ever touched this earth. You know, so I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. I will be making more in the future where I showcase Tony Leonard's work and Odell Palmer's work, so that way you can see the two artists alone that would be on our team once we have the means to recruit them full time, and what can really be done here as a company. So we have tons of opportunities for players. Even if you don't have money, just get into the Discord and earn a free NFT. Seriously, it's minting right now. You have the Estethion insignia, which supports the project financially, and it also gives you some hella fucking valuable utility. And I plan on adding more utility that I won't talk about right now, but I'm trying to find ways to create value for the community before the game even comes out, or even the closed beta comes out. You know, I want you guys to be able to fucking obtain as much value from what we're building as possible, and that's my focus as a founder. So, other than that, you know, I don't really think there's much else I have to focus on. I genuinely appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. And I want you to just know that I will fight with every fiber of my fucking being to make Animus Regnum, Animus Regnum, Animus Regnum a reality. Because, you know, for me, this is more than just a game. This is something that can revolutionize gaming forever. Like, and one more thing before I go, like, you know, one of the things we say AR, how are we going to involve AR and AI into this experience? Well, once the game is fully released and we're making fucking hundreds of billions of dollars a month or some shit, company's gonna have enough money to like buy physical locations and tie it to the game. That is what we're gonna do. We're gonna buy locations, tie them to the game, and make the game a part of the real world. Yes, we are tying the real world into this game eventually, where you will have to complete certain quests in the real world, like hunting and gathering different plants or minerals out in nature and bringing them to a shop we have in the real world. And the shop in the real world will be tied to cryptocurrencies that are used in our games, such as Unavis or Ethereum or whatever is capable of being traded in our game. So, yeah, like imagine being an assassin, right? And your handler decides to no longer give you your dead drops in the virtual game, but instead we start giving you dead drops in the real world. And your handler tells you something like, I want you to go to this bar in your neighborhood. And when you get there, I want you to order this drink specifically, right? You're a high-ranking assassin now, so all your dead drops have to be super covert, you know what I mean? Your handler's like, go to this bar, get this drink. When you get this drink, they're gonna give you information for your next dead drop. Cool. You go to that bar, you order the drink, the bartender gives you a note showing you the address you need to go to with a key to a locker or something, and you're going to take that information. He's going to destroy the note in front of you, and you're going to go to the location that you have gotten the address for. Now, when you get there and you find the dead drop, which may be in a locker or a bath or something, it's just going to be hidden somewhere, right? When you get it, it's going to have your current assignment inside of that and your last mission's payment in a USB or something, or a ledger. Now, I don't know if I ever experienced that shit in a game. I would. This is my vision. This is how far I want to take this. When full dive VR comes out, I want us to be ready for it. When all of these things become available, I want us to be ready for it. I genuinely want to create something that revolutionizes fucking gaming forever. And for me, you know, this means everything. And I can't express it enough. I really look forward to seeing some of you in the community. I'm really hoping you spent the time to watch this video and learn more about what we're building, because there's a lot that goes into this and there's so much more that can be done and explained, but this video would be like 5 hours long, and I'm sure you don't want to hear all that. If you want to hang out with me in the Discord, I do only tend to present the project development to people who've invested into it. So if you have an Esthethian insignia, you'll usually see me in a channel called Stellus Illuminara, which is a voice channel, and that voice channel is going to be basically my home base for development while I'm working on the game with the team. And all the team, as we recruit more members on our team, are going to be working in that channel, showcasing the development of the project live, so that way you guys can see behind the scenes and what really goes into game development. I feel like that's something that would really excite the community and make you guys very happy about how far we're taking this. Yeah, man, if you guys can, grab an Esthethion insignia, get yourself in the Discord, get yourself a free mint. I will attach the links in this video. And yeah, I genuinely appreciate you guys, seriously. And huge shout out again to my community. So many of you have been making this shit very, very, very possible for me. Specifically Sam the Capitalist, Lord JR, Rembo, Ema, fucking, if I'm forgetting your name, please, MPK. You know what I mean? Like, you guys have been fighting this fight with me for a while, and honestly, it makes me emotional, because it means the fucking world to me, and I don't ever want you to forget that. I'm gonna keep fighting to make this shit a reality. I promise you. So, thank you guys. Peace.